This is ABC 7 News This Morning.
It's 5:50 right now, and dozens of vigils were held throughout the country last night in remembrance of murdered Eastern Illinois University student Andrea Will. Will was killed back in 1998 by an ex-boyfriend who was waking up free this morning after serving just half of his 24-year sentence for murder. Well, this morning, attorney Thomas Glasgow joins us to tell us all about this case. And so many, good to see you as always.
Good to see you as well.
So many people are talking about this, and how can somebody who committed murder get off in just 12 years? How?
You know, it's very interesting because most people are familiar with the Truth in Sentencing Act, where now, if he were convicted or and accused now and sentenced, he would do every bit of the time that he was sentenced to. Back when this occurred and he was placed under arrest and he was ended up sentenced, they produced a sentence of 24 years. What happened was, under the Truth in Sentencing Act at that time, the old law was repealed because it was part of a single subject rule. The Supreme Court said, no, you're going to have to redo it. The legislature redid it. And what happened is he had the benefit of saying, please sentence me under the old law. The old law used to be you got day for day for any crime that you committed, including murder. So when I was a state's attorney, you would see people come in and they had done 10 years on a murder because they got a 20-year sentence, they got day for day. That won't happen anymore, and it can't happen anymore. So what happens now is if you're sentenced to 20 to 60 years, which is the range for murder, you do 20 to 60 years. You do 100%. So what happened with this gentleman would not happen again.
No way he could have served the full 24 years then, right?
Under the old law, the only way that he would be forced to do the 24 years is if he ended up somehow screwing up during the course of the time that he was incarcerated, because then they could take away parts of his good time.
Okay. I understand that.
Yeah.
A lot of people upset about it, but the law is the law.
Well, now, if someone uses a gun in the commission of a murder, the minimum time is 45 years, 45 straight years to 60 years. If you don't use a gun, you use a knife, or you strangle somebody, then you end up with a minimum of 20 years that you would do in the penitentiary.
I guess people are so upset, too, because he's going to Hawaii. That enters into it, too. I mean, this just seems like a lot of people just...
It's like salt in an open wound.
Exactly.
Essentially, though, there is a bond between all the states that if you're released on parole and you have a means, a way that you can take care of yourself and income, then you can go to that state. They can't deny you, even though Hawaii attempted to block him. Now, remember, he got married while he was in the penitentiary, and he married someone who is teaching in medicine, and she has a way to support him. So he has an ability to go there. He has family members there, and he has a means of support. Hawaii simply can't turn him down. So he's got 3 years of what we now call mandatory supervised release, which we used to call parole. He still has to be a good boy during the 3 years.
Wow. Well, let's switch gears now and talk about this Four Loko thing and the banning of caffeine and alcoholic drinks. So what do you think about this whole move, and what do you think about those products in general?
Well, the combination of caffeine and alcohol generally has led to binge drinking in the past. The problem with it is that people who drink caffeine drinks and have alcohol in them don't tend to realize how intoxicated they actually are. And it promotes someone to drink more and more and more, because instead of having that depressive effect, they end up having the effect of being awake, and yet they're still intoxicated, but they're not feeling the same effects. Throw in the fact that, you know, the stuff that you're talking about, made by Fusion Projects, I believe, is approximately the equivalent of 4 beers and 2 cups of coffee in one bottle.
Wow.
So young people in college who are just starting out to drink and don't have the experience and don't know their bodies are drinking something like this. It's been nicknamed blackout in a can.
Do you think there will eventually be some laws on the books prohibiting even the manufacture of products like this? There are at least 2 separate states that I found that have banned energy drinks and alcohol together. Several states, 5, have taken steps to ban this particular product. The FDA could come down and ban this product. They have the authority to do that. Whether they will or not is yet to be seen, but there is a trend towards banning the energy drinks and the alcohol drinks together, just because of the damaging effects they can have on your heart, it can have on your liver. Also, you know, having caffeine and alcohol in one drink is a diuretic. You lose all your water. You don't really realize the effects that it has on your body, and you can pass out. You can end up with other medical problems. Wow. Always good to talk to you.
It's good to talk to you, too.
Could do it all day. You know that.
Thank you very much.
See you next time.
All right.
All right, now it is 5:55. Weather and traffic after this.